Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Something I get asked about a lot is obviously the Warzone meta in general. After every update, it's what's the new meta, what are the new best setups? And of course, you guys know, if you're active viewers here on the channel, as soon as we get any new major meta changes with a seasonal update or a reloaded update, or sometimes just a random patch note update here and there, I'll always have you guys covered updating our meta tier list and going through the new best loadouts for various different niches, whether it's a general top 10, whether it is resurgence based, close range meta, long range meta, you name it. But here in Warzone, obviously loadouts are particularly complex because of the tuning system as opposed to years past. We also have a more fluid meta than, in recent memory as well, with the weapon updates happening pretty consistently now, a couple times every single season. So I get asked a lot, Zach, could you make a meta loadout for every gun in the game? That way I have something to, reference back to. And the problem with doing that outright in a video is, one, it'd be like a 45-minute video of me saying, tune for damage range, tune for velocity, use this compensator, use this suppressor, use this optic, use this optic, use this optic, use this optic for 45 minutes straight, right? But I've actually found a way to go through and really optimize the system for both myself and you guys as well. So, we've got standard loadouts here in Warzone, and this is the familiar setup that you guys would see in a general loadout video. We go through, yes, the TAC-V is, good for this, that, and this. I like to pair it with the ISO for this, that, and this, or whatever other combination, is in the meta at any given time. But as I just said, things change very often. So let's say I make it set up on the TAC-V, or in the past I make it set up on the Cronin or the M4. But then a couple of days after that, they update the meta and they severely nerf the M4. They severely nerf the Cronin, or they buff a random SMG to make it top tier meta. Well, then that 45-minute video of going through every single loadout is outdated. But there's a solution to that. And the answer lies here on CODmunity, or the Warzone loadout app. Warzone loadout and the CODmunity sort of like account basically is one that's been very active on Twitter, or X as it's known now, for a while, and they've got the CODmunity actual site now that is super up to date and really convenient, alongside the mobile app that you can get on the App Store or the Google Play Store. And this isn't an ad, this isn't like a paid thing whatsoever. I genuinely use this and I love this, and like I said, this simplifies everything for loadouts. So not only can I have better presentations with my videos that you guys have been seeing lately when we talk about tuning and setups. Recently I've been changing up the graphics and you guys really seem to like those, but also if you're ever looking for something, this helps out a ton as well. So you can actually open up the CODmunity site, and I'll leave a link to this down in the description below alongside a link to my profile. And if you were to be on the home page, that's what we're on now, it would look like this. And you can see there's a handful of different things you can do. You can go and explore creators. You could look at your own profile if you want to create one. You can create your own meta loadouts to share with others. But on this basic home page here, you'll see there's various creators that are listed here. You'll recognize, I'm sure, plenty of them: Huskers, Isaac, T-Dog, bunch of other creators like myself who cover these sort of things. But you'll notice that, yes, I'm on this list. You can also just go through and search up my name as well. And when you head over to my profile, you will find this: the ultimate key to every single meta weapon, every single class setup or loadout you could possibly want in Warzone at any given point. Because here's the beauty behind this. You guys can see that right now, as I'm recording this, I've got 65 loadouts made, and this is covering literally every single gun in the game from day one all the way up through now. And as we see new seasonal weapons drop, with some upcoming ones like the MP5SD, the M13C, anything throughout season 6, and even getting into MW3 and everything there, I'll be able to basically go through and create a new loadout for all those guns. I can build my weapon, the Icarus. I can, say, hey, it's meant for long range engagements, it's meant for resurgence mainly, whatever the case may be, and give you guys the exact setup, the exact tunings for everything in the game. And that's exactly what I've done. Now, there are more loadouts here than there are weapons in the game. There's only 60 some weapons in the game, right? So a couple of weapons I've doubled up on because, like for instance with the FR Advancer, I've got one that's meant for long range, one that's meant for sniper support. But you can basically visit this profile here and say you want to search for a specific weapon. Say you really want to load out for the Sakin MG38. You can scroll down, you can find that, you can click on it, and it's going to bring you basically to this page here where you can see the exact setup that I've got for it using the Polar Fire suppressor, Silver Series barrel, the exact tunings for it as well. If I have an updated video, I'll do my best to try and update these as I can. That links to a video where I've covered this. If you're interested in that, some of them will be like live gameplay, others will be general top 10s. But then you can also, view some images here as well, and you can actually save these if you wanted to, basically. So I know that you guys oftentimes like to go through and screenshot the builds that I have on screen with this. If you wanted to, you could just simply save these as well as they get updated. Also, while we're at it, if we want to truly talk about the meta, it's gamer advantage. Every single face cam video, including this one, you guys see me rocking the GA frames. These are the ultimate game changers if you are looking at screens for long periods of time, whether it is gaming, whether it's working, whether it's doing school, doesn't matter. These are gonna reduce your headaches and your eye strain. They're even gonna help you sleep better at night. And they got something for everyone, honestly. They got so many different frame options depending on what styles you might like. They got prescription or regular lenses. And you can throw in code Immortal at checkout to get a nice little discount on your entire order. You can even check out my custom WhosImmortal bundle, which comes with a few custom accessories there that you can't find anywhere else. Link for that is going to be down in the description below. But the awesome part of this basically is that, let's say for instance the Sackett MG38 here ends up getting like a crazy nerf that adjusts the setup some, but it's still usable, but it like ruins the ability to use the Polar Fire S suppressor. Let's say I could go in here and just straight up change this up. Say the meta becomes using the Custovia DX90 or like the Bore 490. I could just change to that, input the new tuning and everything, and then it would just automatically update the loadout right away, and I don't have to go through and remake a 45-minute video to keep the actual meta up to date. So as I said, I've got every single weapon listed here. Pistols, snipers, marksman rifles, you name it, it's all going to be updated on this site. And as we see meta changes introduced, buffs and nerfs, I'll be going through and actually changing these loadouts as needed. And you can even go more towards your playstyle. Now, mainly everything's going to be classified as either close or long range for the most part. So, close range, I've got my solid SMG AR hybrid Chimera setup here. I've got the pistols that obviously are only going to be using close range, shotguns that are only close range based. The SMGs, like for instance, the P90, if you want to use this, you got your setup available right away, which is nice and convenient. You want to look for, long range stuff, we got all the options available there as well. I got a couple listed under versatile, ones that you could use as like full auto or semi-auto in the instance of like the SO14, Tempest Torrent, various things like that. The Lockman 762 that we've talked about a lot as well. If you want, straight up sniper loadouts, there's even a denomination for that too. So we literally have everything listed here, all my best setups that I'll be using day in and day out, and I'll be doing my best to keep this up to date so that at any given point you guys have the single best loadout for any given gun in the game. And it doesn't matter if it's the second this video drops and you want to go look something up, or in 3 months when the meta will have changed drastically, everything will still be up to date here. So for those of you wanting to, see the setups for those obscure weapons that maybe not everyone uses, or you like to see things updated frequently, I got you covered here. So this is probably the most helpful tool that I've, integrated into the channel here. Huge shout out to COD Community and Warzone Loadout for actually having this available, because this is a huge time saver for myself and for you guys as well, just because it's something that is never outdated, which I love to see that. So like I said, I'll leave a link to this down in the description below alongside the general website. If you guys want to check this out, you can create an account, you can follow me, and it might be easier to follow the loadouts that way as well, or over on Twitter where I'll be posting some of these from time to time as well. But that being said, it's going to wrap things up for this one. Yes, this is every single best loadout in all of Warzone right now. Head on over here, click on whatever gun you want, and I got you covered. If this did help you out, be sure to do me a favor and drop a like on the video. It would be seriously appreciated. And if you're new here, you want to guarantee you are always up to date with everything going on in COD. Whenever the meta changes, obviously I'll be making new videos to cover this stuff, the latest news and updates, everything like that. Be sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.